Hello, everybody, and welcome to my podcast today, which I'm going to give people a little bit of information on the Spanish Golden Visa and the changes which no doubt you've all already heard of, which happened last week. So, to give you a bit of background, as we all know, the Spanish Golden Visa is a way of getting residency by way of an investment into a country, in this case, Spain, where I am now. And in return for that investment, you get the rights to live, to work, and retire in that country. The Spanish Golden Visa has always been incredibly popular, and more so since the changes to the Portuguese Golden Visa last year, which you may have heard of, where Portugal changed the rules for the Portugal Golden Visa, meaning that you can no longer invest in property in order to get the Golden Visa. You have to invest by way of investment funds or investments into businesses, all that sort of thing. Now, Spain has largely remained the same since 2013 when the Golden Visa program started, meaning that you can invest into property as a way of getting your Golden Visa. And obviously, property is a really popular way of investing anyway, because property traditionally will have very good returns, has good rental yields. So people have always liked the idea of property. However, on the 8th of April, the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez announced that they will be essentially changing the Spanish Golden Visa. Now, you may have heard a lot of headlines in terms of the Spanish Golden Visa is going to be removed, Spanish Golden Visa gone. Well, that's not actually the case. As of today, which is the 17th of April, so this is over a week on or a week on, nothing has changed. The Golden Visa is still available, property is still an option. But what they're actually doing now is reviewing it and seeing, well, are we actually going to implement it and how are we going to change it? Now, the fact that he's actually come out and made the announcement very much indicates that there definitely will be changes. But what these changes will be, we don't know. So last year, just getting context, it was around 3,273 golden visas issued in Spain, and 94% of these were transacted via getting a golden visa in property as opposed to investment funds or businesses or the other means that you can get the golden visa. So 94% are linked to property. If you get that in context to the entire housing market in here in Spain, then it represents a very, very small transaction. It's around between 0.25 to 0.5% of transactions to buy property were linked to a golden visa. So in reality, the effect on the housing market caused by the golden visa is minimal. And that is really what the Spanish government are saying, that there is an effect on property, effect on the prices of property. Thus, we need to remove property as an option. In reality, if you really look at the amount, the percentage that are linked to golden visas, it's very, very small. So it's a bit dubious, their reasons, but it's a new government come in. The new government wants to be seen to be helping the economy, and that's one way that they can address it. But the way we kind of look at this is that when they do the review of the Golden Visa program, in Spain, since 2013, since the inception of the Golden Visa, there have been no changes whatsoever. It's remained exactly the same since 2013. If we look at other popular Golden Visa programs such as Portugal, Greece, they both went through a number of changes through their period of 10, 11, 12 years over that period of time. So they may, for example, review the program and they remove certain areas of a way of qualifying. So, for example, this is something they may do to Spain. So instead of saying, well, no property counts, they could well say, well, properties in these areas don't count because there's a housing problem in them areas. So it might be, for example, Madrid, or it might be another area. And they might say, well, these areas no longer count, but some property still does count. Or they might say property doesn't count at all, or they might change the amount you need to invest in property for it to count. The point of this is we don't actually know what they're going to say, and this is what we're waiting to hear. One thing you do know if you live in Spain, I've lived here for around 6 years. One thing you do know is that any changes take quite a long time to come into effect. So, as a company here, we are kind of thinking this is going to take around 6 to 12 months to probably get through. We don't know this, but this is roughly what we're thinking. It certainly gives people plenty of time if they are looking to do something now in order to get the golden visa, but you need to act now. So, Portugal last year removed the golden visa around February, March of last year, but it took up until September, October for it to be fully withdrawn. So people had plenty of time to get their applications through. So this is what we're saying to people now. If you are interested in doing it, you need to think about starting the process now, because once you're inside the process, you're going to be very safe in terms of any changes that happen. It's also very important to point out for any existing golden visa holders or for people that would obtain the golden visa before the withdrawal, when they make any changes in Spain, they can't apply it. It's due to Spanish law. They can't apply it retrospectively. So once you actually have your golden visa, they can't then say now property doesn't count for you. Once you've got in and you've got in via the property option, it can't change. So be mindful of that. If you get in now, it's a fantastic time to get in. So as a company, we can help do that. We do the whole process from start to finish. So, for example, we'll look at assets for our clients. We do all the due diligence. We're appoint the solicitors. We're open a bank account. We file tax returns. We apply and get your golden visa for you. So we can get through that process very, very quickly. We've got a lot of experience in doing that. So anybody that is interested, I suggest contacting me. You'll see my email in the notes to this video. And obviously just contact me and we can have a chat around it. But to say nothing can be applied retrospectively. It's now a matter of time. If you're interested in doing this, then speak to us. There's lots of different routes you can do this with. You can do it via residential property. We tend to favor commercial property because the taxes on commercial property are a lot less, normally around 40 or 50,000 less. So if it's an asset, for example, you might be looking to move to Spain in 3-4 years time, 2 or 3 years time. So initially you just want the golden visa. Well, you can do that via commercial options, and that will be a lot cheaper. It will cost you around 40 or 50,000, as I say, cheaper. So that's a way to look to do it. And then obviously at the point where you move here or you know where you want to live, then you could sell that asset and look at residential. We've also got programs where you can do it for as little as 350,000 as opposed to the 500,000, which is the entry point. And we do this via having rental income paid up front. So it's a very popular way of doing it because it keeps the costs a lot lower. There's also a guaranteed buyback on that. So after a period of time, depending on what options you go for, there's a guaranteed buyback built into that. So there's no risk to your investments. So there's lots of ways that we can do this. But first and foremost, it's really just to have a conversation about this. So as I say, if you contact me now, what we can do is can have a chat and see how we can help you moving forward. I'll keep everybody updated with the news, and hopefully you found that helpful. I am doing a webinar tonight, so you'll probably find that on Holborn's website or my YouTube channel. So I'll keep you updated with that. But anybody that wants to have a chat, please let me know. And I bid you farewell from here in sunny Spain. Hopefully you found that helpful. Thank you.